Hey, what's up, everyone? Nice to have you along. It's number 153, and I'm Dave Rennie. And we're going to be doing some yoga together. Read the stuff at the bottom: health, well-being, and exercise at your own risk. We're not going to do anything that's too risky today. We never do stuff that's too risky, right? But just be aware. Make sure that you are well hydrated, that you're warm enough, that you're comfortable enough. Drink water before, during, and after the session. I think that's the most important thing, right? I think the most important thing is that you take care of yourself, because that's one of the big parts of what yoga is about. It's about bringing awareness into the body, bringing awareness into the mind. And ultimately, I guess what we're all trying to do is we're all trying to feel a little bit better, right? We're not looking for, this kind of nirvana and where everything's blissful and it's all love and light. We're looking for kind of a little bit of peace now and again. And even if it's not peace, kind of a little bit of balance. And here's the good news, everyone. Yoga will hopefully, with a regular, steady practice, provide that balance. You just got to do it, right? That's sometimes the hardest part, isn't it? Just doing it, just doing something. Procrastination, that's one of our real kind of bugbears, isn't it? Where it's like procrastination is that thing where you got to do something, but you just keep putting it off and off and off and off, and it drives us crazy. And I think things like yoga can kind of fall into that, where people are like, oh yeah, I want to do it, I need to do it, oh, maybe tomorrow. And that's all right, but if you get into a pattern of that, then sometimes the hardest part is actually the thinking about doing it. So, step onto your mat, or lie on your mat, or in a chair, or on a seat, whatever you're going to do today. And if you join for 10 minutes, great. If you join for 15, great. If you do the full 40 odd minutes, then brilliant, right? We'll move a little bit, we'll breathe a little bit, we'll lie a little bit. You get on with your day, right? Did you check out my new wallpaper as well? Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Kind of trees going up the wall. Had that done yesterday. So I was kind of excited to to teach from my home. Sometimes I teach at Space to Breathe, which is in the middle of Leicester, a not-for-profit yoga organisation and therapy and sound healing and all that sort of good stuff. But here I'm back at home, about a mile away from there, just on the edge of Leicestershire. Leicester, just on the edge of the city. So hi to you, Jackie. Jackie, yes, see what you can do, Jackie. And that's a really good thing for everybody. If you are working with an injury, whatever the injury is, get onto your mat. As long as you're comfortable, see what you can do. And remember, you don't have to do everything, right? You can just do some things. You don't have to do everything. You don't have to do everything perfectly as well, because what's perfect? Again, it's another thing, perfectionism. Troubling, right? Try and get rid of that perfectionism. Good enough is good enough, right? Hi to Jade. Thank you, Jade, about my wallpaper. And hi to Irene. Irene's always here. All right. So I've got my trusty stool back here as well. So I will demonstrate some postures sat on the stool. So there will be some stuff where we can kind of gravitate between the floor and a stool or a chair. It doesn't have to be a stool. It can be a chair. It doesn't matter. But yeah, just kind of keep an open mind about the way that you move today. I'm probably just going to go back onto my mat, and I'm probably going to sit cross-legged. But then we'll do a few poses on the stool and on the chair. So that's looking all right, isn't it? I think everything's good here. It's quite warm in here, actually. I had to check my radiators not on. I've got a lot of light in this flat, so it does warm up quite quickly, and it gets quite cold quite quickly. So make sure you're comfortable. Kind of sit cross-legged if this feels good for you. But you know what? You get here and you think, oh, I just want to bring my legs out and do it this way. That's fine. Or if you want to place, a rolled up blanket underneath your bottom, or if you want to sit on a bolster or a block, if you've got any yoga props, then go for that. Have a little wriggle around here. We're just beginning to arrive in our own space. You don't have to kind of be totally still and fall into that perfect yoga posture, because there isn't one. And then see if you can bring your palms so they face up. And then as you do that, think about your spine and draw some length into your spine. And then just rock backwards and forwards just a little bit. Kind of just rocking forwards, rocking backwards. Notice how that feels. Stay nice and relaxed through your jaw. And then when you find that perfect balancing point, find some stillness there. So it's when your head is kind of balanced right on top of your neck. We did a lot of that alignment stuff last week. And you give yourself loads of room to breathe into. Maybe close your eyes or soften your gaze, it doesn't matter. And then find some stillness. And then I'm going to be quiet for 90 seconds here. And then just take 2 more rounds of breath. And out through the nose if you can find that, or use your mouth if the nose isn't available to you. And then if you had your eyes closed, then very gently just begin to open your eyes. Do it really softly and give your fingers a little wriggle out. Nice, everyone. Really, really beautiful. And then lean back into your hands. Separate your feet if you're with me on the floor. And then just drop your knees to either side. A little bit of movement here. Nice. It was nice, that was, wasn't it? You know, that might have been, I taught a class this morning. I did something similar where I was just quiet for a couple of minutes, and it was at 7 a.m. this morning, right in Leicester City Centre, and it was super, super quiet, which is rare for city centres. By the time I finished, they were drilling and digging up the street outside, and there was a beer delivery going on. It wasn't quiet, but yeah, it felt really lovely. And I reflected on it, and I said that it'd be nice to spend a little bit longer doing that. So we might come back to that in the class. You know, that's just a little bit of awareness and meditation, I guess you could call it, of just being still and just being aware of what's around you. All right, come back to center. Now you can remain here with me, or you remain here. I'm actually going to move. I'm going to get onto my stool, and we're going to work a little bit into our neck. So let me do this. I just want to check the messages. So find a comfortable position. It is early, actually. Yeah, I know. That's what all the people in my class say. Whoa, this is early, Dave. But people commit to it and they get out of bed and they do a 7 till 8 o'clock class. It's great. So if you're on the floor, cross-legged, exactly where you were. If you're on a chair or stool, if you're on a chair, kind of bring your back away from the kind of back of the chair. So you kind of let in the spine do the work, and then ground your feet down into the floor if you're with me. If you're cross-legged, then you'll know where to be. And then just a little bit of movement through your neck. So bring the head up and then bring the chin down. And just begin to draw some circles here. Stay really relaxed through your jaw. Notice how this feels. Relax your shoulder blades as you move the head. And you might even match the movement with breath. So you might inhale here, and you might exhale as the chin just falls all the way down. Maybe inhaling as the head comes up like this, and then exhale as you complete the circle. Nice. Inhale, bring the head all the way back to center, and then swap it out, come back the other way. Notice any kind of kind of areas of tension. I sometimes describe it, don't I? It's like little cracks and pops, and there's no pain, but sometimes you can feel this. You can really feel where the tension is. And for me, it's never just in my neck. It sometimes falls down into my shoulders, my upper back. Nice. Do a couple more complete rotations. And then inhale, bring your head all the way back to center. Nice. If you're sat or you're with me on a stool, take an inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Nice. Have a little wriggle here. Kind of separate the shoulders a little wider. You can have a nice generous bend in the knees. You don't have to be kind of here where everything's kind of hooks up around the ears. Make it nice and natural. Maybe just roll one shoulder forward, roll the other shoulder forward. Notice how that feels. Nothing too formal here. Nice. And then see if you can clasp the hands together and then push the palms up towards the sky. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, just bend over towards the right, or one side, doesn't matter. Inhale to center, and then exhale over towards the left. So there's your movement. Inhale, lift from your navel. You're kind of lifting through the arms, but you're relaxing the shoulders, so it's a little bit tricky. Exhale. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale, side bend. Inhale to center, and then exhale. One more time, either side. Inhale here, lift up. Exhale, bend. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center, and then exhale, uncross the arms, bring them all the way down, and then just give the shoulders a little shake out. Kind of shake the shoulders up, shake the shoulders up and down. Kind of draw some circles. Maybe independently. Nice. And then we're going to come to stand. So if you're using something like a stool, remove it, or a chair. Place it off to one side. Probably use that again later. And then find yourself in the middle of your mat. How does that look? Looks all right, doesn't it? I'm showcasing my wall. Bring your feet about hip width apart. Okay. And then just rock a little bit on the feet, maybe into the toes, maybe into the heels. Kind of just rocking backwards and forwards. We'll do a little bit of balancing in the class. So this is a nice prep. Think about all four corners of your feet, and you're just kind of massaging out through the whole sole of the foot. As you press into the toes and lift the heels, it doesn't have to be far. Maybe you bring a little bit of activation into the calves, and then a little bit of balance as you come back into the heels. So toes and heels, toes and heels. Hands can be on the hips like me. That will kind of help with balance. Little movements here. Nice. And then come all the way back to center, and then reposition your feet. So lift both feet up, bring both feet down. Nice. Let's repeat that little movement we did sat. So inhale, sweep the arms all the way up, clasp the hands, push the palms towards the sky. Inhale here, exhale into your side bend. Inhale to center, exhale to the left or the right, doesn't matter. Inhale to center, exhale. Inhale to center, and then exhale. Inhale, come all the way back to center, and then exhale, clasp the hands behind the back, push, so you're making a fist. So the fist is kind of like this, all right? In fact, I'll do it from the side, because you get a better view. Push the fist down towards the floor. Open up through the chest. Put a very big generous bend in the knees. So bend the knees, bend the knees, bend the knees, and then fold in. Now you can keep the hands here. You can lift the arms a little bit further away, but be gentle. It's relatively early, and we haven't kind of done much work here. So be very gentle as you breathe here. Nice deep inhales, and then full exhales. One more like that. Nice deep inhale, and then a full exhale. And then bend deeper into the knees, and then roll all the way up. You can bring the hands down. You can unclasp the hands. You can give the arms a little shake out. Nice. Shake everything out. Kind of don't let any tension build. If you want to grab a little drink, grab a little drink. Quarter of the way through the class. Beautiful. All right. And then have your feet about hip width apart again. And now we'll work a little bit more vigorously, but not too much. Right hand on the heart, one that you're probably very familiar with. Inhale, left arm to the left. Exhale, right arm to the right. So you just swap hands. So there's always one hand on the heart. So it's inhale here and then exhale here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And just working with your breath, moving side to side here. Inhaling, exhaling. And just let the head go in the movement. You'll kind of see that I follow my hand, the hand and the arm that goes behind. I'll kind of just naturally follow it. Side to side movement. Now, if there's anything going on with the shoulders, with the arms, they feel a little tight, drop them down, kind of let them swing. So don't worry about it too much, kind of don't strain here. But this is certainly going to energize you. And then just begin to slow it down. As you do that, you might drop the hands down a little bit. Some of you are probably thinking, what kind of yoga is this? It's all yoga, right? Moving the body, it's all yoga. Not moving the body, that's all yoga as well. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Bring the palms so they face forward. Take a full exhale. And then take your deepest inhale so far of the day. So nice, deep, rich inhale. And then a full release and exhale. Maybe through the mouth. Do that one more time. So nice, deep inhale. And a full exhale. Really, really beautiful. Fantastic stuff. Give the fingers a little shake. Give the arms a little shake. And give the legs a shake. The feet. Nice. Beautiful. So we're going to do something a little bit more physical now. All right. So what I'm going to ask you to do is from a standing position, you're going to bend into your elbows. So you kind of, the hands are in cactus. So some people like to bring the thumb and the forefinger together. So you can use this little mudra, hand position. It's called Gyan Mudra. Some people just have the palms face up. Okay, so we're not going to do this for too long. We'll do it nice and slowly at the start. So what you're going to do, you're always going to inhale the arms up together, okay, and then you bring the arms down. But we're going to bring a leg in. So if this is enough for you, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. So that's going to be the movement. If you want to bring a leg in, you can bring a leg in, and you're going to see what I do. We're going to alternate the legs, and this is all about building the energy up, okay? So feet about hip distance apart, elbows in cactus. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So that's your movement. Always inhale, expand up, exhale down. Nice, powerful breath. Inhale through the nose as you go up, exhale as you come down. And you're going to probably feel this through the shoulders more than anything. And your brain will probably say, oh, that's enough. My shoulders are hurting. It's too much. Well, as long as there's no pain there, it might be a little bit of resistance. That's okay. Couple more either side. Inhale up. Exhale down. Bring the hands down. And then bring the palms so they face forward. And then just relax. Breathe. And see if you can just tap in with an energy within the body. You know, you might think, well, what does that mean, an energy within the body? Well, does it feel different? Do you feel a little bit more energized? I say this a lot, don't I? But 2:30 in the afternoon, sometimes our energy is quite low here. It's like a little lull. So this is a little pick-me-up just to work out what's going on, just to get into your body and into your mind and energize yourself. So the movements we do, they're not hugely important as long as we move, right? We're just moving. And yoga can be fantastic for that. Paying attention to the mind, paying attention to the body, and ultimately paying attention to your breath. Beautiful. We're going to come and sit back down again. So if you want to sit back on something, go for it. I'm going to go back on my mat. I'm just going to mix it up a little bit today. And maybe bring your other shin in front if you've been sat with a dominant shin, or you've been sat with one of your shins in front. You probably can't remember, but it's always nice to kind of swap them out. And then with that energy we've created, just take an inhale and sweep the arms all the way back up. So we've done this a lot already. As you exhale, we'll just come into a nice twist. So left hand on the right knee, and then right hand behind. Inhale to find length, and then exhale into your twist. Deep inhales, full exhales. You can close the eyes. So we do a few postures where we really activate into the body, and then we do some which are a little bit more static, like this twisting. Nice. Take one more round of breath. So nice deep inhale and a full exhale. Take an inhale, come back to center. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way back up. Take your time as you do that. And then exhale, twist over towards the left. Breathe it out. So you're thinking about your spine being nice and long here. Every inhale, find length. Every exhale, a little bit more into your twist. But you don't have to push it too far. Keep it relatively manageable. Don't strive in any of the poses. Take one more round of breath. So nice deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Nice. And then come back to center. Swap the shins out. So you might lean back. Now, hopefully you worked that out by sitting on the stool. You know, you can just twist to one side. We're going to do a little forward fold. So we're going to just bring the fingertips forward and then just let the head be nice and loose. Now, don't battle yourself down to the floor. If anything, stay a little higher. Breathe into your lower spine and maybe rock a little bit side to side. Drop the chin down. Maybe open the mouth a little bit. See how this feels. Nice. And then walk the fingertips back towards your feet. And then we're going to find ourselves on all fours. So if you're on a chair, this is probably where you will want to find yourself on all fours. We're going to do some cat and cow. So I'll give you an alternative. If your knees are, playing up, and when you get onto this position in tabletop, if this really doesn't feel good for you, you maybe had a knee replacement, or you're working on after an operation, or just your knees are really playing up today, you can do this from a chair. So I will show you it from here. If you're joining me on the floor, inhale, drop the belly down, lift your head and lift your heart. As you exhale, press into the hands and round your spine. So you're inhaling here, and then you exhaling as you round. As you inhale, your spine is long, you lift your head and you lift your heart, and then as you exhale, you round your spine. So just move like that a few rounds. If you want to do this from a chair or from a stool or whatever you have available to you, and remember, you can separate the feet, hip width apart, inhale, and then exhale. So it's the same movement. This is your inhale, and then this is your exhale. Nice. It's the same movement in the spine, right? Just one's done on all fours, and then one is done seated. And you'll see that the movement is kind of here. It's kind of lower spine. Tuck the chin in, you lift the chin up. Nice. So wherever you found yourself, breathe like that. I'm going to go back down onto my mat. I prefer it down here. Using your breath. And it's like a wave-like motion, isn't it? When you spend a little bit longer in cat and cow, you can really begin to kind of breathe into the full length of the spine. Notice what's going on. Kind of imagine each vertebra moving. This is probably the most you've thought about the spine all day, maybe all week. When you're ready, no rush to get here, but inhale, come back to center. Then as you exhale, split your knees nice and wide, or as wide as feels comfortable, and then we'll come into child's pose. Probably not an alternative on a chair. So if you can come down onto your mat, come into child's pose, and then maybe bring your forehead down onto the floor. If it doesn't come down onto the floor, bring your head onto your hands, and then just breathe it out here. Inhaling and exhaling. We're going to remain here for about another minute, and I'll do that thing again where I just go quiet just for a moment. And then just take a couple more rounds of breath. Really breathe deeply into your spine, deeply into your hips. And then when you're ready, with the hand stretched out in front, pull yourself back onto all fours. Nice. From here, stretch out through your right leg and then press your right toes down into the mat. So you're nice and long through the right leg. Nice. You can stay here if you want. This is brilliant. Or you can turn the right toes out to the long right edge of your mat. So you see my toes are now pointing. And then bring your left hand into the center of the mat. And then just exhale. And then take an inhale and just raise all the way up. So like an adapted side plank. Breathe it out. Take one more round of breath. So nice deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Bring everything down. And then lengthen out through the left leg. And do the same thing. Again, find length through the left-hand side of the body. From the toes all the way up to the crown of the head, the fingertips. Stay here if you want. Or if you wanted to bring the right hand down, turn the left toes to the long left edge of your mat. And then on an inhale, just sweep the arm up. Nice. So you're thinking about trying to stack your wrists on top of each other. Inhaling. And exhaling. One more like that. Nice deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Bring everything back down. Come back to all fours. And then move through 3 rounds of cat and cow. Inhaling. And exhaling as you go. Nice. Inhale, come back to center. Take a full exhale. One more like that. So nice deep inhale. And then a full exhale. Beautiful. Really nice. We're going to come back to a seated position. So make sure you're comfortable. You can sit on a chair. You can sit with your back up against a wall. I'm going to come a little closer towards the camera. And we're going to do some breath work. We're going to do a little bit of pranayama today. So, yeah, fantastic. All right, I'm just going to catch up on these. Yes, I'm just catching up on some of these messages. Cool. That's good then, Jade. I hope some of these. Postures have helped out today by doing them on a chair. And I'll try and make my yoga as accessible as possible, because the worst thing is that, that people come onto the mat or they come into the practice and they think, I can't do any of this, and you feel defeated. But I'm a firm believer that we can all do something, right? And we just adapt and we kind of move in ways that feel good for us. So with this part of the class, it's going to be some pranayama, which is just breath work, and it's kind of like a meditative practice, but we can anchor onto the breath. And what a lot of people think about meditation is they think, oh, I can't do it, my mind's too busy, I'm not very good at it. We have all these negative voices. And I guess that we're not trying to be good at anything, right? And with meditation, if your mind is busy, that's probably why you should be meditating, why you should. There should be a should, but it'd be useful for you to meditate, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to calm the mind right down. And of course, you're not just going to close your eyes and find bliss. It's going to take time, and it's a practice. So you start with 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever it may be. And you just find these little moments where you're still. It might not be peaceful, but you're still and you're paying attention. So when we add breath work into it, we can find a kind of a tool to kind of anchor ourselves into this stillness. Okay. So that can be very useful, because if we're just still and we're here, then sometimes the mind races. But if we've got something that we can focus on, that we can anchor ourselves onto really gently, then that can be very, very helpful. So we're going to do this together, and we're going to do a couple of breath exercises. So in a chair or on the floor or wherever you found yourself, it's perfect. Find some length in your spine again. Have a little roll through your shoulders. Lovely. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of breath of fire. So with breath of fire, it's in and out through the nose. Okay. So it sounds, what's going on there? Think about it this way. Forceful exhale through the nose. You've got a fly stuck in your nose, blow it out. Do it again. Okay, so that's the exhale. It's like a sharp exhale. Now the inhale, don't even think about it. It's going to come in through your nose, but it's going to be very passive and it will come in quite naturally. Okay, so the breath ends up being like this. Now, I'm not even thinking about my inhale, but I'm obviously taking an inhale. Otherwise, I'd hyperventilate and the breath wouldn't feel good at all. So this is quite an activating breath. It's energizing, but it will also calm your central nervous system down. So it works in lots of different ways. Now, if Breathify really doesn't work for you, you don't like it, just do a long, deep breath. Okay, let's do a few rounds and we'll start just so you can feel the belly pump in and out by bringing the right hand onto your belly. Okay, so nice and low, and then the left hand, just let it relax. And then think about the exhale through the nose. If you really want to get technical on it, you can close the eyes. You can focus in between the eyes, but you don't need to do that. And then maybe just join me in a few rounds. So forceful exhale through the nose. Don't think about anything else. Keep it going. Belly pumps in, belly pumps out. And then 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale. And then take a full exhale. You can bring your hand back onto your right knee or your lap or wherever feels good. Keeping the eyes closed or the gaze soft, just check in with your experience. Notice what you're noticing. And then if your eyes are closed, just gently, like I'm doing, just come with the eyes open. Nice, really nice. If you sat with me, then maybe separate your legs and just drop them from either side and then bring them with the chin in front. So let's do another round. Now you can keep it like that. You can make it slower or you can make it a little bit faster. I'm going to do one more round. And then we'll spend maybe 30 seconds to a minute just being really still and quiet. I won't say anything. And then what I'd like you to do is really inquire into your body and into your mind and just see what's going on for you. Now, this could be a breath that really works for you and you can keep coming back to it time and time again. So have a little wriggle. Find length in your spine. Now, you don't have to bring the hand onto the belly, but if that was useful, great. I'm going to do this actually. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart center. So my hands are in prayer. Looks very yogic, right? This is called Anjali Mudra. This is prayer position. Take a deep inhale and then start your breath of fire. Forceful exhale, passive inhale. Find a rhythm and a pace that works for you. From here, take a deep inhale. Take a full exhale and then release wherever you found the hands. If they're on the knees, then they're in a perfect place. That's where my hands are going to go. And then maybe close the eyes or soften the gaze. And then just check in 1 minute. Find stillness. And then just 2 more rounds of breath. And then if your eyes are closed, the same thing again, very gently come with your eyes open. Really lovely. Move in any way that feels good, whether you're sat in a chair or you're down on the floor with me. Maybe just bring a little bit of movement back into your body. The worst thing is that you find a position and then you're thinking about being uncomfortable in a position more than anything else, right? That's not where we want to be. That doesn't mean that everything's going to be like super comfortable, but we don't want to bring discomfort into the body where that's all we can think about. All right. We want to kind of bring a fluidity into the body where we're just gently working through what we're working through. Just a bit of breath work. All right. Let's do something very gentle now. So that's also called skull shining breath. And as I say, it can be really helpful when you feel kind of in the afternoons and you feel a little bit low of energy, then that can be a really nice breath to come into. So, okay. All right. Let's do this one now. So again, sitting in a chair or sitting directly on the floor, find some length in your spine. Have a little wriggle around, whatever feels good for you. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to bring a little bit of nasal breathing in. So we're going to breathe, obviously we've been using the nose anyway, but now we're going to isolate the nostrils out. And we're going to do this really gently. So be very gentle with the breath here. So all I want you to do, very simple, is just block off your right nostril. Really gently, just press your right nostril in. You might do it with your right thumb. And then take a nice deep inhale through your left nostril. And then breathe out through your left nostril. So in and out through the same side. Inhale in left. Exhale in left. Keep on in your own rhythm. And just take 3 more rounds here. Try and stay super relaxed. And when you're ready, just bring that right hand down. Bring the palms so they face up. And then just breathe through both nostrils now. You can keep the eyes closed or the gaze soft. And just notice what you're noticing again. And then if your eyes are closed, come with the eyes open. So what we did there, we just using the left nostril, thinking about calming the central nervous system. So we think about 2 sides of the brain, obviously right and left side. Yeah, so we have left side is parasympathetic nervous system. This is rest and digest. And we want to spend probably a little bit more time in this left side. We spend a lot of time in the right side of our brain because we're active. This is sympathetic. This is fight, flight. We need this, right? We need it to kind of be energized, or when there's a threat, or when there was a threat from, the past, when our ancestors were alive, and we're thinking about the way we've evolved as humans. But left side, we want to kind of spend a little bit more time in that left side when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel anxious, when things are just too busy and the mind gets kind of in the way. Then I'd highly recommend just doing that left nostril breathing. Okay, it will really help you kind of just tap in. And a really nice way to do this as well, if that doesn't work, is just to sigh out through the mouth. Open your mouth and just inhale through your nose. And then exhale, let the breath go out through your mouth. All right. So these are just little techniques, things that work for some people, they don't work for others. One thing we'll do next week, and I will remember this, is that we'll work on a powerful breath. So you can kind of do the same kind of thing, but when you want to bring the energy up, you can do it this way, where you inhale left and then you exhale right. So it can be something like this. So you use this rhythm where it's quite powerful. And then what you're trying to do is trying to kind of like take yourself out of that kind of low period of energy and just raise the energy up. But you need to be careful with it all, right? You need to find something that works for you. Not all breath work works for everybody. So I never like to say to people, this will do this for you and this will do that for you. You know, it's very selective. So the most important thing is find something that works. Okay. All right. Thank you, Jade. I'm glad you'll say that, and yeah, remind me next week. But we'll really look at alternate nostril breathing in some detail, and we'll move a fair amount as well. Okay. All right. Let's bring our hands to our heart. Let's finish off the practice. Notice the effects of your practice. Thank yourself for getting this far, right? For getting onto your mat, and we spent nearly 45 minutes with each other this afternoon, just moving and just being curious about ourselves and going deep into our bodies. With a wholehearted bow, you might say the namaste and just wish yourself well and wish everybody else well. Nice, everyone. Really fantastic work this afternoon. It was a real pleasure to teach for you all. Ask any questions. Remember, this is all on Facebook, so I always look at the comments. And remember, we've got the 4th birthday party coming up as well. So it's going to be online. It's going to be at 10 a.m. on Monday, the 29th of April. And the Royal Voluntary Service Virtual Village Hall are encouraging people to come along and share in what an amazing success the Virtual Village Hall has been after it was set up after that second lockdown. It's been, I can't believe it's been 4 years. Crazy, right? 4 years. Has it really been 4 years? Yeah, mad. I think I've been doing it for 3. Just over 3.5, something like that. So yeah. All right, everyone. Check it all out. Have a look on Facebook. And yeah, thank you guys. Namaste to you all. And have a great day. Bye.